Ronnie, do you know this story about the gyrocopter or the microlight?
I don't really know. I'm not. How?
The background of that, well, for me anyway, personal background, is the fact that I used to drive people to distraction when I was in Liverpool. Because, Andy, you mentioned about a lot of hunts being close together and everything. Well, I figured that if we could get a microlight and somebody trained to fly the damn thing, then that would put us in range of all the kind of Harrier packs, some of the Beagle packs, some of the Hunt packs, but also the Waterloo Cup, which is Altcar, which is North Liverpool, near Formby. We were doing the Edelson campaign, which is the fur thing. He was a director of Man United, this fur guy. And Man United were on the TV live a lot because they were in the European Cup all the time. That's when they were a real big team. We wanted to kind of fly over just when they were kicking off and drop like a bucket of leaflets onto the pitch. I had this idea that a microlight would be absolutely a brilliant tool because we could kind of hit loads and loads of different targets with it. Of course, we never had the money for it. It was very expensive in those days, and you had to have a pilot's license and all this kind of stuff. But then the League Against Cruel Sports did get one. The problem with them, they had to be refueled, of course. Their microlight was being refueled, and a hunter turned up, and he tried to get in the way.
Oh, that was a helicopter.
No, I think it was a microlight. You know, a one-person or two-person.
Yeah, there were two people in the
Like the same thing that James Bond had in You Only Live Twice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the same concept now, using technology, is kind of
drones.
But the drone, yeah.
Yeah, drone would be used. That's the incident where the hunter tried to stop them, and he kind of had his head chopped off, wasn't it? Is that the one?
Yeah, he actually got in the way, and they were trying to avoid him whilst taking off. It's a bit Tiananmen Square thing. He kept getting in their way, and
yeah. He was. I think he was actually trying to attack. He wanted to attack the guy that was piloting the aircraft or whatever you could call it.
There must have been a court case, but I don't know the details of it.
Well, no. What happened was basically the rotor blade pretty much chopped this guy's head off. The Hunt guy, the guy that was piloting the aircraft, was initially charged with manslaughter, but was acquitted because, of course, it wasn't his fault. The guy pretty much ran into the blade, really. I mean, it was really very, very foolhardy thing to do. Is this?
Yeah, Jim, just quickly, the very significant difference there is we're talking about hunters who deliberately ride their horses into sabs, not what you're displaying. This isn't someone that deliberately drove the chopper into someone, which would be the equivalent.
No. This was a guy.
There's a very big difference. He's trying to project the idea that it's okay.
Basically, the guy was trying to attack. He went to attack the guy that was piloting the aircraft. So it's entirely the guy's fault. It's entirely the fault of the Hunt supporter. The surname of the guy who had his head chopped off was called Morse. So I think he'll be forever referred to as the Headless Morse Man.
I knew you'd have some joke tucked away somewhere, Ronnie.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to have much sympathy for the persecutors of animals who are killed through their own foolhardy actions, am I?